A family that's been living in New Zealand for 7 years faces being torn apart if the government's plan to deport them goes ahead. The father and son would be returned to South Africa, but the mother would be deported to Zimbabwe. As Emma Jolliffe reports, they desperately want to stay together and stay in New Zealand.
Eurika and Anthony Clouston have been living in New Zealand with their son while a series of temporary work visas allowed them to do so. But those visas are up and they can't reapply or apply for residency because Eurika discovered she no longer has a passport. They're now facing deportation.
When I went to authorities and I said, I don't have a passport, I can't get a passport, what can I do? They were the ones who were saying, well, there's nothing you can do.
Clouston was born in Zimbabwe, but she and her mother fled to South Africa when she was 21. Because she couldn't find her birth certificate, she couldn't apply for a South African passport. Instead, she arrived in New Zealand on what's called a document for travel purposes from South Africa. That's now been cancelled.
They said I've been out the country for too long.
She can't return to South Africa without her documents, so would be sent back to Zimbabwe.
They can't find my original birth entry. According to them, I don't exist. But they're not willing to give that to me in writing.
Clouston is also the primary carer for her husband, who suffers from epileptic seizures and memory loss.
I'm really, really scared. I know that my husband needs supported living.
They took their case to the Immigration and Protection Tribunal, but were told they don't have exceptional circumstances of a humanitarian nature.
They said that it wouldn't be unduly harsh for us to be returned to separate countries in Africa.
Now the family is in a state of limbo, unable to work without visas. Nearly 800 people from around the country have signed an online petition to help them stay.
Living in limbo is hell, but it's probably 100 times better than living in fear.
They've appealed to the Immigration Minister but don't know how long that will take. She says they want to stay in New Zealand because it's the first country they've felt completely safe in and have been able to earn more than they need to live on. Emma Jolliffe, 3 News.